really interesting study by Vernon Coffey back in 2006 in John Hawley's group, where they got highly trained endurance and highly trained resistance athletes who weren't doing concurrent training. They were purely training for those modes. And what they did is they got them to do an endurance session, do a resistance session, and then they swapped over and did their sort of unfamiliar mode. And again, what they found is that like the participants who were strength trained, when they did cycling, there was a big increase in this AMPK protein that's like sort of detects molecular kind of molecular stress in the cell. But when the cyclist did the cycling, you didn't see that response. And likewise, when the cyclist did a resistance training session, there was a big increase in AMPK, so again, sort of suggesting a big molecular metabolic stress. And also they saw an increase in some of the proteins that are involved in protein synthesis and translation. But for the strength trained guys, when they did a resistance session, there weren't any kind of significant increases. It was a much dampened response. So it suggests that as we become more trained, the responses in the muscle become more mode specific and more, I guess, dampened. Those guys are used to doing those modes, but then when we're crossed over and did an unfamiliar bout of exercise, it's like everything's being switched on.